What's going on, everyone? And look where we are again. Yay. I was watching one of my buddy's videos just then, or just before, GusGold, and he had a good showcase on a 3x3x3 bud, or T bud, or bud flop, or whatever you want to call it. Flush with the wall, I believe it was. Yeah, it was flush. Very good design, and the most important thing is that it was 1.5 friendly, and the rumor is they're going to go, well, it's not a rumor, they said he was going to do it. This type of bud, like that, and you can see it's indeed a bud switch. This type of bud may not work, and I believe they're just replacing it with a block that activates on a block update, but it just means that this traditional bud won't work anymore. So Gus's version used a principle, and I should have built his original version, but yeah, go check out the original video. It's in the description or an annotation on your screen around the middle there. Yeah. So I was pretty inspired by his design, and definitely go watch the video. It's a great design, and I decided to make some of my own. Basically, the premise of the bud flop, and this isn't a bud flop, but I'll explain the premise. See how this piston is actually, it actually should be powered, because we've got a redstone dust here. It's a dot, it's pointing straight into the piston, but it's not actually being powered. And this is because when we powered it, this block comes over here, activates this. This is just the output, by the way. Goes over this, and it powers, well, it retracts this piston. That's the effective thing. And what it does when we update it is that it pulls back this, and it means that this line is not pointing into the piston. So the piston will not be powered anymore. And when you update it again, the piston is extended, and it realizes it isn't powered, so then it retracts, and the whole process works again. This is actually not a bud flop. This is just a bud that will give a single pulse. I can't quite remember what they're called, but the delay is such that it'll only give a single pulse in this case, but still quite useful. Unfortunately, this design is not flush. This was kind of thrown together. It's quite compact, but not flush. You can extend it back a block and get it flush. It's very, very easy to do. Yeah, it's the same setup, but you shift the whole thing back a block. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be 6 long instead of 5. You can get it flush with the wall. But this is a nice design, but not what I was going for. So I move on to this lovely design here, and it's actually smaller than Gus's design, but it is not flush with the wall, is the difference. This block is being retracted, so technically it's not flush with the wall. If you got a 3x3 section, yeah, you're gold. But yeah, and you can see Did I break a block? I did break a block. You can see how it's working here. We've got it extended over here, repeater into this piston, extending out over here. And what I've actually done in this is that when it's retracted, it's actually cutting the wire, and when it's extended, it's not cutting the wire, as opposed to this one, when it's extended, it's cutting the wire. So that's the difference there, and result is a nice bud flop. But again, not flush with the wall. It's a little slower because of the repeater, and not quite flush with the wall. And yeah, I thought I was very proud of this design. Again, if you take this back one block, it'll be flush with the wall, but I'd want to use Gus's design anyway, because it is a lot quicker, and because this isn't instant. His is instant when the pistons are retracting. So the last design I made is a bit of an iffy design because I'm not too happy with it, and it's the flush with the ceiling, and the glowstone is there for a reason. The problem is that there's two problems with it. One, you have to use a gravel stack as such, and in general, they're just not a good idea to use unless you know you have a slow contraption, like a sort of clock that you know will work very slowly. Then they're decent to use. But in reality, you really don't want to be using them in big designs. they're a good tool, but unreliable is what I'm going for. And you can see that it's extended, but it's not being powered. And that's the point of this glowstone block here. And I just put it a ring just to make it symmetrical. You technically only need this glowstone block. You can see that this torch is going here, and it's curving away. Because this is a transparent block, it's not... Oh, my phone went off. Silly phone going off in the middle of recording. Sorry about that. You can see it's not being powered by the redstone there because it is a transparent block. However, when we... I'll just break this. And now you can see that this is now extended because of the torch. And you can see this is cutting it, and you can see this redstone is pointing directly at the piston, and that will indeed cause a block update. That will indeed cause the piston to be powered, and if we replace that glowstone, you can see this is the case. This is very unreliable, and the only way you can get it flush is if you put all transparent blocks here. Otherwise, you have to be... I think you have to... I think you may have to go down one block, but I'll look into that further. It's a very good concept. Thanks to Gus for kind of inspiring me to build these, and definitely go check out that. I'll post this as a response to his video, and yeah guys, see you later.